What's up, Virginia Jets fans? This is your president, Adam Bartolo, recording from the studio apartment in Newport News, Virginia. It's the beginning of the 2022 season. I got a new backdrop behind me, so we're going to be doing these videos a little different. I can't be using the NFL music anymore, unfortunately. YouTube started a copyright, and we don't like when the copyright police starts to throw their power around. So what we're going to do with these preview videos, very similar to last year, we're going to talk about each team's offense versus the other team's defense. We'll talk about a few random game notes, and we'll talk about some club announcements and what we've got coming up at AJ Gators for that week's festivities. So let's talk about game one of the 2022 NFL season. The New York Jets versus the Baltimore Ravens, Sunday, September 11th at MetLife Stadium. Now let's talk about first the Jets offense versus the Ravens defense. Now the Ravens got an interesting defense. Last year they were number one in the league in rushing defense, but last in the league in passing defense. So what did the Ravens do? They went out and drafted Kyle Hamilton, safety in the first round. They signed free agent safety Marcus Williams away from New Orleans to a massive contract. They signed Kyle Fuller as depth at cornerback, and they're hoping to get Marcus Peters back at corner. Peters may or may not play this game. That's kind of up in the air. My biggest concern on offense is the Jets' offensive line, being that they've had so little time to play together. Dwayne Brown, who they signed at left tackle to replace Mekhi Becton, has not practiced the last couple of days due to a shoulder injury. Nobody really seems to know how he got hurt or how serious it is. We don't know if this is just a veteran day off, but it is not a good omen. It might be to the point where the Jets have to move George Fant back to left tackle again and plug in a Max Mitchell or a Connor McDermott in at right tackle. It is not very good. Now, the Ravens like to blitz a lot, so Joe Flacco, who will be playing quarterback, he's going to have to get the ball out of his hand fast. And you know one thing that I might even do? I don't know if Michael Floor would do it, but take a deep shot early in the game. You know, even if it doesn't work, just keep that Ravens defense guessing, because the Ravens have some very good man corners in Peters, Humphrey, and Fuller. And I think it's going to spell a little bit of a challenge for Elijah Moore, Corey Davis, Garrett Wilson, the Jets wide receivers. So take that shot, try to open up the field deep, and then you could start to work underneath. You could throw some intermediate passes to Braxton Berrios, have him, run over the middle of the field against the Ravens linebackers who are not so good in coverage. Throw the ball more to Ty Conklin, our new tight end. I think he could have a very big game. CJ Uzomah, I think I want to leave him in as more of a blocker in this game. I think our offensive line is going to need quite a bit of help. So that's how I'm feeling about the offense. Attack the middle of the field and do it often. I think it's going to be challenging to run the ball. So short, quick, intermediate passes. Let's flip the script. So when the Ravens offense has the ball against the Jets defense, the number one job, the Jets have to contain the running game. The Ravens want to run, and run some more. Patrick Ricard is a 300-pound fullback who can actually move. Behind that offensive line with Tyler Linderbaum, the rookie center from Iowa, Morgan Moses, terrible pass blocker, but a very good run blocker. Ronnie Stanley, the Ravens may have their left tackle back. It's hard to say. He has not practiced up until this week, and he did not practice on Thursday. So one of the big things to watch, and we'll talk about this more, is Ronnie Stanley going to play in this game. But regardless, the Ravens have to find a way to run the ball against the Jets. So at this point, the Ravens are supposed to be missing a couple of their biggest running backs. Gus Edwards is out. J.K. Dobbins is expected to be out. That leaves Baltimore with Kenyon Drake, Mike Davis, and a lot of this, I'm going to put this on the linebackers. C.J. Mosley, he's having his revenge game against Baltimore. Quan Alexander just signed away from San Francisco. Very good at stopping the run. I want to see him have a big game. Jamian Sherwood and Quincy Williams. I want to see him hit hard but play smart. None of these over-aggressive penalties. No more of these hitting a player when he's 5 yards out of bounds. I don't want to see this again. Now, with that offensive line, just to get back to that, Ronnie Stanley is questionable for this game, last we saw, and Juwan James would be his backup. Now, Juwan James has missed 2 years due to COVID and due to an Achilles tear. And I talked about Morgan Moses. He's their right tackle. That's where the Jets have a chance to really rush the passer. Now, Carl Lawson will be playing against that left side of the line. If Stanley's not playing, Lawson can do some damage. But then you go to the right side of the Ravens offensive line. Think about who the Jets could send after Morgan Moses. John Franklin Myers, Jermaine Johnson, Bryce Huff, Jacob Martin, Michael Clemens. They could give Lamar Jackson fits all day long. They really can. And the other thing is, can Tyler Linderbaum up the middle, can he handle Quinnen Williams? I think Williams will be a very good test for the rookie center. That's a match I would watch, is the center Linderbaum against the defensive tackle Quinnen Williams. Now, if I'm Greg Roman, if I'm the Ravens offensive coordinator, I'm basically doing the same thing I think the Jets should do to the Ravens defense. Attack the linebackers and attack the safeties. The Ravens do not have a great wide receiver. Rashad Bateman, their second-year pro, is probably their best wide receiver. Well, Sauce Gardner will be on him. It's going to be an interesting match, but I don't expect Bateman to have a very big game. What you have to be careful of are the tight ends. Mark Andrews especially. Last year, he had 1,361 yards and 9 touchdowns. He has to be contained. Also, the Ravens drafted Isaiah Likely in the 4th round from Coastal Carolina. He's looking very good. I'm expecting the Ravens to run a lot of 12, which is 1 running back and 2 tight ends. I think you're going to see that quite extensively. So that's how I'm looking at the Ravens offense versus the Jets defense. Now, a few other game notes. You look at the field goal kickers. Justin Tucker of the Ravens is probably the best kicker of all time. Last year, he made 35 of 37 field goals. And as I just found out this past weekend by watching 60 Minutes, he actually sings opera as well. He's pretty good, as a matter of fact. Who'd have thunk? The Jets have a new kicker, Greg Zuerlein, otherwise known as Legatron. Last year, he made 29 of 35 field goals. Now, as far as a key to winning this game, the Jets have got to get off to a fast start. The Jets fans are going to be at MetLife Stadium. They're going to be loud. They're going to be ready. But we know how this goes. If the Jets fall behind, the Jets fans are. It's going to get quiet in there. MetLife Stadium is going to turn into MetLife Morgue. That's just the way that it's going to go. So the Jets, if they have got to score early in this game, grabbing that early lead will be big. I think it will be very challenging for the Jets to come back against this Ravens defense if it comes to that. All right, as far as club notes go, come out to AJ Gators this Sunday. It's going to be door prizes. It's going to be 50-50. We can't wait to see you there. It's going to be a fantastic time. I'll see you back very soon with another game preview video. Have a fantastic time. It's a brand new season. It's a season full of excitement, full of new players. It's a new beginning. Let's embrace it. It's going to be a heck of a season. Can't wait to share it with you. Go Jets.